Okay, we have banks collapsing, we have recalls, hepatitis in frozen, even organic fruits over here. There are a few things you're going to see happening. You know, we have the rains in California. We've got a lot of stuff going on. What does it mean? I have shared with you that we need to get prepared, and I did this a few years ago prior to COVID. I told you something huge was happening. What I'm going to tell you in this video is a little bit different than that, but it is still no less important. And I want you to pay attention because you have control over this more than you think. You ready? Let's get prepared. Welcome to Landria. Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Wow, is that possible? Of course it is. Everything's a choice. Happiness is a choice. Everything you do, how you respond, is a choice. What happens out there is still you entangled with a matrix that you signed up for. We are all connected via a web. Yes, a matrix. And we change the game. We change the rules of the game. We change the response. We change whether we win or not. It's a collective effort. What do I mean about the collapse, all these things happening at the banks? What does that mean to us? I shared with you, and I do it pretty much over and over again. This time it's more evident, and that is you will see the dissolving, not necessarily collapse, the dissolving of the foundations of what doesn't work in a matrix. If you build on sand, you might function perfectly fine for a long period of time and eventually it'll collapse. That's what happened here in Miami. An entire building collapsed after many, many years. What's happening now? Now all of our buildings here are being reinforced because of that. It wasn't done right. These haven't been done right. Now we're going through construction for months. This is what we're doing right now. We're having to go through construction. You and I are having to rebuild and create the new foundations that will not crumble. That's all that's going on. So when you see these things happening, I want you to look at the cycles, especially financials. I'm a former investment banker. I mean, it's just like no-brainer that every so many years, let's look at every decade, we have crap that goes on. We have stuff that just doesn't work. Because if you keep pulling things out of the Jenga game, you know, you got this stack of wood and it's all perfect and you keep pulling a little wooden component out, it's going to eventually collapse, but it could stand there for a long time. And so it collapses. We rebuild it and we pull stuff out and it collapses again. We cannot rebuild the Jenga structure. We have to build something solid. Sort of like the pyramids, right? It was built to last forever. It was powerful, and that's what we're doing right now. If you are not participating in that, you will continue on the roller coaster ride of the old structures, the old world that is in density, and the material world and separatism. I cannot express this enough. When you are separate from other people, when you think of yourself as right or somebody's wrong or whatever it is, if it is separatism at all, I'm not talking about differences. I'm not talking about approval. I'm talking about if you see the world or groups as separate or evil, you are still part of the separate low density just like they are. They see us as a problem, right? Especially the more powerful we become. And we are not powerful when we're in conflict. We're powerful when we create. So if they're living, people in the low density, and that's everybody that's separate, right, wrong, conflict, on my cause, and you should vote this way. If you're still in that, you're part of that world that's going to stay there. The creators who go into the new world and have a different way of life thinking and reacting and responding to one another will create something so solid that this will completely dissolve. It has to. It can't function in a healthy world. It can't. Right? So you could say, well, you know, what about diseases? Diseases can take over and kill people. Diseases cannot function in a healthy world. The reason we have them in the first place is because we, energetically, emotionally, our beliefs, our foods, everything is in a low dense frequency. It causes diseases. We'll eliminate all of that too. It works completely the same way as our everyday lives, our banking, our financial, our health, all of it. Why are people on all of these drugs? Why are people taking all of these pharmaceuticals? They didn't have pharmaceuticals ages ago. They had natural cures and herbs and things like that. Nobody was making billions of dollars of pushing that stuff. You've got to start really honing in on what you're participating in, or else you will go into that space where you will constantly be in fear. If you guys are in my free series, I just did a free 1-hour Breakthrough Fear, the gateway to all probabilities that you can take. It's on Learn It Live. It's a platform that I was a speaker on. It's over there. Go watch it. I give you 4 things that you can do right now. One of them you might not like. Shutting down all media that's negative. You don't have to get off YouTube. Is it a spiritual teacher that's putting fear in you? Shut it down. What good does that do? It takes you into the negativity. I'm telling you right now, you have everything to look forward to. You have a world that's creative. Thank goodness we're pulling out of it. Yay! Be the creator. New things. Digital Explorers coming out soon. Spiritually conscious businesses only are allowed to be on that platform. I'll give you an invitation. If you guys are in this email list, you'll hear about this. You'll get resources that are healthy. I don't allow anybody on my platform who's using plastics. The collapse of the bank, it's just the start of the dissolving. So we had some recalls of hepatitis was found in frozen fruits, actually organic, and some other ones. It wasn't the organic that was the problem. It's that when you're packaging things, and of course it's all in plastic, that's going to start happening. If you didn't have anything in plastic, you came home and washed things, scrubbed them down, but people don't wash down frozen things. Right? We're counting on those manufacturers or packagers and distributors, whoever it is handles that food, to make sure it comes to us that way. And you unfreeze it and you eat it, right? We can't live that way anymore. It has to stop. It may be inconvenient for you, but I'm going to tell you something. You're going to open up a world that's so amazing. Every Sunday, I go to the farmer's market up here. Not all of it's organic. Some of the organic stuff isn't all it's cracked up to be either. But I go up there and I get a huge basket of vegetables. I come home and scrub them down and I create and blend them. And then I create this incredible vegetable soup. It's so damn healthy. Am I going to eliminate all toxins? No, but I'm not buying anything in plastic. I come with my basket. It's a ritual. It's beautiful. I'm out there with other people. It's amazing. You do have access to these things. You have to find it. Maybe it won't be as convenient for you. I'm sorry, but you know what? It's inconvenient to get sick. It's inconvenient to lose your money in a bank. It's inconvenient to do all these things that we've handed our power over to. You hold the power. There's so many things you can do, and none of them are traditional. No more limitations. I don't care what anybody says about your relationship, if you should or shouldn't get a divorce, if you job hop too much. Who cares? You don't need anybody's approval. You know what's right in here. You know what's right in here. You got to go with this because you have the power and the connection to the intelligence of the universe that is you. Ye are gods. These things you should do and more. Start believing it. You cannot manifest on this high level frequency. I have an advanced manifesting course. First thing we do, you can't start working on the manifestation till you connect to the fact that you really are that power. And you are. All of these things are just the dissolving that I told you is going to continue to happen. And I don't want to say, oh, I'm right or whatever. It's not about that. I want to drive it home. This is going to keep going on. Even the planet's going to start doing some things. It's not a rebellion. It's a cause and effect from what we've been doing. So get ready for that. Focus strictly on the positive change, the creation, expansion on the high frequency. No more arguing. Shut it all down. Shut it down. It's programming. It's programming, and none of it's true. None of it is true. There's always maybe an element of truth, and who knows what that is anyways. You have no limits. I hope you'll subscribe You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. These free videos, we're creating online businesses. You can talk to the world. Give positive messages. Get the training. Learn how to do this stuff. Empower yourself. Knowledge is power. And it's only good or high frequency if you use it that way. You can use it that way. I'm counting on you. You're whole and perfect. Strong. Powerful. You're loving, harmonious, and happy. You are unconditionally loved. You are perfect. You are beautiful. You can't be anything else. Everything else is the illusion. Have fun with it. Be the amazing phoenix that rises up, the spiritual warrior. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.